This is the course overview of data structure. Course outcomes are define pointer structure union stack queue linked list tree graphs. Second course outcome is acquire knowledge of various data types. Third outcome is analyze the performance of stack queue linked list trees. Analyze the graph traversal algorithm and hashing function, and the last outcome is implement all applications of data structure in high level languages for problems. The topic for discussion is structures. Structure is a collection of data types, but it is a collection of dissimilar data types, whereas in arrays we have the collection of similar data types such as integer array, character array, the float type of array, like that. But here we can combine the dissimilar data types with a single variable name. The variables that are used to store the data are called as the members of the structure in C language, and this structure is defined with the keyword struct. Okay, so the structure can be declared in C language in three different ways. The first type is known as tag structure, second is structure variable, third type is type defined structure. So we have the first method of creating the structures as tag structure. The syntax says we have to start with the keyword struct, then we have a tag name which is the name of the structure, then opening bracket, then the set of variables to be declared using the syntax data type and the variable name. So the data type can be anything as integer, float, character, like this. Then you can combine dissimilar data types here. Then it has to be closed with bracket and semicolon. Now we'll take one example for creation of a structure, that is define the structure to store the student details like name and roll number. So name, roll number, mobile number and the USN number. So there are four member variables: name, roll number, mobile number and USN. Now here we are using a structure because here the name is having a data type as character, whereas roll number, mobile number and university number, these are belonging to the integer data types. So such type of values cannot be stored in an array. So we have to define a structure here so that the dissimilar data types like integer, characters can be combined with only one variable name. Okay, so the syntax says it has to start with the keyword struct, then the name of the structure is a student, within the bracket we have to declare the member variables. So the first member variable is roll number, second member variable is mobile number, third one is university number. So all these three types are declared as integers, whereas the character, which is a group of whereas name is a character which is a group of characters. So we have declared the member variable char name with size 10. So here the name is a character array which can hold maximum 10 characters. Then we close the structure and put a semicolon. So this is how you can define the structure using the first method called as tag structure. We have one more representation here, the same thing which is elaborated: struct student, integer roll number, int marks, int mobile number, character name and character USN. Now you have a university number which is combination of both character and numbers, so you can declare it as the character array. Okay, then once you declare create the structure, okay, so it is not the end, we have to define this structure in the main. So in the main we can define the structure like this: start with the keyword struct, then write the name of the structure, that is name of the structure is student, here we have written student. Then we are creating the variable name is S1. Okay, so here within S1 we are writing 100. Okay, for S1 we are writing 100. So here the S1 is a variable of structure student, and the 100 indicates this variable can hold 100 student details. So we can call S1 as the array of structures. Okay, array of structures, because the size is mentioned here. If you just write S1 semicolon, then it can store only one student details. Now we want to store more number of student details, so I have taken an array of structure here by writing S1 bracket 100. So remember that the memory is allocated for the structure after declaration of the structure variable in the main. So your structure variable is S1. Once it is declared like this in the main, then only the memory is allocated and the variable is created. If you just define the structure, nothing is done. Okay, so try to remember, students, that once you create the structure, you have to declare it within the main. So in this, the second method is structure variables. So it starts with the syntax struct, then open the bracket. Within the set of brackets, you have to declare the set of data members of the structure. The syntax for data members is a data type and the member variable name. So the data type can be integer, character, float, anything. Variable can be any variable. Okay, so these are the data members. Then here it closes with the variables of the structure. So these are the data member variables and these are the variables of the structure. So here in the above, the tag name is not used, but the structure definition is immediately followed by the variable names such as v1, v2, v3. So this structure variable, the structure variables are v1, v2, v3. They are immediately followed by the definition of the structure. Then we are writing the semicolon here. Okay. This example, which is the creation of a structure to store the student details. So start with the keyword struct. So here we are not writing any tag name here. Tag name is not at all used in this method. Then we have to have the members of the structure. These are the member variables. The data type is char. Name of the variable is name with size 10. Second is character data type. Name of the variable is USN with 10 characters. Then roll number is integer data type. Marks is integer data types. Mobile number is integer data type. Then the structure definition ends here. It is followed by immediately three variable names S1, S2, S3. So this structure stores the details of only three students with the variable name S1, S2, S3. Third method of declaring the structure is using a type defined structure. Okay, so we are using a keyword type def here. Again, there are two methods. In method 1, we have a syntax type def struct. Then within the set of brackets, we have the data member variables declared, and it is followed by the type ID or the name of the structure. Okay, then the example we have here is for the student information system. So if it starts with the type def struct, then bracket is opened, then you have the member variables to represent the name, USN, roll number and the marks. So the name is of data type character, USN is character, roll number is integer, marks is also integer, and it is followed by the type ID, that is the name of the structure, that is student. Okay, then this is the creation of the structure. We have to create the variable for the structure within the main. So you start writing the main, open the bracket, the first line is variable declaration. So here we have created two variables S1 and S2 with the data type as a student. Okay, so here student is nothing but the structure. Okay, so directly we can use student as a data type here. So we use this method for user defined data type structures. Are you getting my point? So in the previous methods, we used to write struct student S1 and S2. But in this method, we are directly using student S1 and S2. This is because of the type def struct keyword used in the declaration of the structure. Second method of third category is, in this method we first create the tag for a structure. Then we obtain the user defined data types using the keyword typedef. Okay, the syntax is like this: struct tag name data member variable declaration within the brackets, you put a semicolon, then we write the typedef variable name. Okay, this is the syntax. Now we'll see this syntax for the same example, that is student information system. So here the structure start with the keyword struct, name of the structure, that is student, then within the bracket we have the set of data members declared as character name with size 10, character USN with size 10, int marks, int roll number. Then it is followed by a statement typedef struct student stud. So here stud is known as the user defined data type. So this data type can be used to create any number of variables within the main. So that I have written in the next statement, that is stud s1 comma s2. So in this is the data type, user defined data type, used to create any number of variables in different functions. Now in your throughout experimental lab setup for different linked list programs, we are using this category of structure declaration. That is, first you define the structure, that is declare the structure, then use the typedef struct student, then a short form name, that is stud. Then using this short form, that is a user defined name, you can declare any number of variables in different functions like s1 and s2. So here s1 and s2 are the two variables which are used to store two student details. What details? The name of the student, USN of the student, marks of the student, and the roll number of the student. Here we have one more example which says define the structure to store employee details such as the name of the employee, salary of the employee, mobile number of the employee, qualification and experience of the employee. For this, first we have to define the structure. Starting with keyword struct, the name of the structure is employee, then the member variables, character, name of size 20, then integer salary, second member variable, third is int employee ID, then character qualification, because qualification is group of characters, then character experience, or you can take integer experience here, then integer mobile number. Okay, then it ends with the semicolon. So after this we have to use the typedef command to declare the user defined variable, that is typedef struct employee emp. So emp is your user defined data type which is used in further functions, that is main and other functions, to create the variables like this. So then afterwards you can use emp e1 comma e2. So this indicates that e1 and e2 are two variables of type emp, whereas emp is nothing but the employee structure. So e1 and e2 are the two variables which are used to store the employee details such as name, salary, employee ID, qualification, experience and the mobile number. Your structure variable declaration. Thank you students. In my next video we'll see about the structure initialization and the accessing the members of the structure. Thank you.